Okay, lesson 25. I do not know what anything is for. I do not know what anything is for. Okay, I know you're starting to see a pattern here in these 25 lessons. And the pattern is undoing the effects of the ego so that we can open up to a greater vision of absolute reality. So now we're talking about purpose. Knowing what something is for is knowing what function you give it. If I don't know what anything is for, I don't know the purpose behind any one thing. Yesterday we talked about, I don't know what's in my best interest. I don't know. I don't know what anything actually means. This could be really scary because our whole construct, the order that we give to things, the logic that we give to things is based off of the meaning that we give. And so to start to question what you know can be pretty frightening. You want to think about the fact that the reason why you're questioning is because you are perceiving, and perception and knowledge are not synonymous. Perception comes from the ego. It comes from the decision that we make to see things a certain way. And the meaning that we give to it is what gives it purpose, is what gives it function. Knowledge comes from a deeper place, and it doesn't come from perception. You know it doesn't necessarily mean you're perceiving it. So I want you to start to see the distinction between the two because they are two completely different worlds. The magic of this lesson is that the idea of purpose and the idea of knowing your best interest. Yesterday we talked about how you don't know your best interest, but think about it. Why is it that you don't know your best interest? And what's really behind it? What's behind it, and this is the radical interpretation of existence that the Course teaches, are you ready? Is that everything that happens is in your best interest, or else it would not happen. Can you take that in? Everything that happens is in your best interest. When you get that job, that's in your best interest. When you lose that job, in that moment, it is now in your best interest no longer to have that job. So can you find a way to embrace all things that come into your field of awareness from a place of fully trusting? These lessons are obviously teaching us that we cannot rely on our own understanding, which is actually a biblical quote which says, trust in the Lord and rely not on your own understanding. But it's going to be an undoing of the mind. And it's a decision that you make to awaken to true reality by undoing the effects of the egoic mind. So now we've established that everything is in your best interest. Now take a look at purpose. Why is it that you don't know what your purpose is? You don't know what anything is for. You are living out your purpose at every moment of your life. There is an absolute interpretation of what anything is for. What everything is for happiness. We are truly here to be happy. We are not here to suffer. Suffering happens because of the choice that we make to see things through the eyes of the ego. And there is value in it. The value in it is going through what I call the curriculum of Earth. We are experiencing Earth as a school. There are two curriculums. One is the lessons that we learn through seeing things with the eyes of the ego. And the other one is something like this course. The curriculum of this course is awakening from those lessons into true vision. This is a lot, and these lessons will continue to add and challenge the way you see things, and that is okay. So what you would do in this specific lesson is that, again, you would scan the room for a certain object, stay with the object, and I'm looking at a bag right now. I do not know what this bag is for. I do not know what this couch is for. And again, we know that we've given it a shared logical definition for everything that we see. That's what we've done to construct how we see the world. But do you truly know what anything is for? Especially if you look at the fact that these are just molecules vibrating at such a high rate that they give the illusion of solidity. Do you really know what anything is for? If we adopted a actual purpose behind everything, that is a decision that we have made. The Course says that we are living in a shared hallucination. And your decision is to wake up from that dream. What if I told you this life is a hallucination? That is what the Course says. What if I told you you made it up? What then? What will you do with that information? How will you think? How will you live your life? Does not have to be scary because you're actually waking up from the fear. You are recognizing that all of it has a purpose, all of it. There isn't one thing that comes into your field of awareness that does not have an inherent purpose. The challenge is that you're constantly trying to find out what that purpose is using the wrong tool, the tool of the ego. When you decide that you no longer need to define it using the mind, you then recognize the true purpose in all things. That is lesson 25. I really thank you for hanging in. Continue on. We'll see you tomorrow.